Hello, friends and artists. If you are seeing this, Mrs. Gordon is absent today. I'm so sorry. But I have a super fun lesson for you that uses your name and helps you learn how to turn your name into art. Are you so excited? I am. Okay, let's get started. You're going to need a pencil. You're going to need a marker or a black crayon. And you're going to need maybe something to color with, like um, crayons or colored pencils or markers. Okay, so we are going to start out with the name. We're going to be building kind of like a name pyramid. And we're going to be turning our name into bubble and block, turning the letters of our name into bubble and block letters. Now, if you don't know how to do that, that's okay. I'm going to teach you like today, okay? So let's go ahead and on the bottom of your paper, start writing your name. So I'll just use Gordon. I was going to use my first name. It's Nicole. You can know that. You just can't call me that. But I'll use Gordon. And so let's see. I'm just going to nice and big and spreading them out. I'm going to write the name Gordon. Except I ran. I don't know if you guys can see. I need to go a little darker. You should go lightly with this. Okay. Let's see, now you can see. Okay. And so then I ran out of space, so I'm going to keep going up here. And I can go backwards if I want. Let's see. I think I want that one down here. I'm starting to get a little smaller because I'm kind of trying to make like a pyramid. Okay, so I kept writing my name to kind of make this cool shape. Now I'm going to do the bubble or the block part. So I'll show you both, and then you can choose if you want to do one or if you want to do both. You can do this with pencil first or with marker. I'm just going to go ahead and do it with marker so I can kind of save that step. So for my bubble letter, you are going to imagine that this letter that you drew has an imaginary force field on the other side that makes it so that you can't get your pencil or marker close to it. So I'm going to bubble around my letters. And this is the magical way that you can always make really good bubble and block letters. And like, I think I'll go around my O, and then on the inside of my O, and then around my R. And if yours, now this is the interesting part. So just remember on the inside of the O, I had to do that. I'm going to go ahead and go on the inside of my R too. And if you're not quite getting this yet, don't worry. Now I'm going to show you block. Block is the same thing, just it's got sharper corners. And the O kind of looks exactly the same in bubble and block letters. I'm trying not to draw over top of my letters. There we go. Now maybe I want to start veering off. This one's floating a little, and I want to start making a little bit more interesting. You can start to do that if you want. So I'll make a block G now. I'm just going around my inside of my line and making these really good bubble and block letters. Okay, so where's the art part, Mrs. Gordon? You're going to see. Maybe I'd go back to bubble and round out my edges. Okay, so it looks like Gone Drog Don Gore, but that's okay. That's totally fine. All right, so now the fun, interesting part comes in. So you can start to go in and identify some of your shapes that you have inside of your letters, and you can make patterns in those areas because you're going to kind of make this look like a sculpture. And then maybe you add, like this one's not connected, so maybe you connect it and you try to find a way to make it, maybe you're making it look three-dimensional, maybe you're just adding part to it or making different kinds of lines coming off of it. Oh, this is a nice big shape in here. I want to do something interesting with that. So you're just kind of going in and making your stuff, making it kind of interesting now. So maybe you're tracing around, you're kind of seeing where you go with this. Maybe you color some things in dark. Right? Maybe over here, making a different pattern instead of the kinds of lines I used before. Maybe I'm doing crisscross lines, cross hatching. So I'm adding patterns to kind of make it look, oh, I went a different direction with that, and that's okay. So I'm kind of going in here and figuring out what to do with all these little interesting shapes that I have. If I colored in one area dark, I would want to color in another area dark. Maybe I'm going to like add a line to the ground. To make it look like it's sitting on a rock, my sculpture. I need to figure out what to do kind of with this space here. Now, if you decided that you don't want to do a sculpture, you just want to work on your name in really cool bubble letters, that is fine too. I'm going to go in and erase the lines that I did in the middle. And I can start to go in and color in my letters. I can decorate my letters and put a pattern in them if I want. I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to keep my letters just one color because I have so much pattern going on in the background. And I'm not loving this spiral very much, so maybe I'm going to color that in black because that's a way that I can fix that. I can't erase marker line, but I can decide to do something else with it. Well, I am doing some big erasers with a little eraser, friends, and you know how I feel about that. Sorry about that. So let's see here. Maybe then I go in here and I'm like, oh, I forgot this one. I don't love this spiral here in my O. Maybe I turn this into, color that all in. Maybe you color everything in. Maybe you just use one kind of pattern. Okay, so it's kind of turning out cool. I don't love this part over here, so maybe I add some lines over here to kind of connect that. Maybe I add some lines here to connect that. So it's starting to feel a little bit like a sculpture to me, and then I'm going to go ahead and you can add color to your letters, or you can add patterns, like I said, to your letters. I think I'm just going to make my letters look colored in. Like I said, if you just want to do your name once, that's fine, but I love how we can kind of make this look like a three-dimensional sculpture. by how we connected everything and added some details in between the letters, and there's some patterns, or by coloring it in dark. So I'm looking forward to see how you create your name art today and what creative spin you put on your name art today. And I hope to be back with you soon. You know, I miss you when I'm not here, as I miss you when you're not here. So happy art making, friends.